People who've been through it understand. People who haven't been through it, you have no idea what it's like. Um, so I was in the deepest of depression. I guess you could call it hell. It's as close to the description of hell as you can possibly get. And what I found was a really interesting thing. I started writing the um, memorial for the funeral mass, and I just found putting words on paper about Sarah and her life and things that she had experienced and things that we had experienced together. I just found it lifted some of the burden. So after the funeral and after the wake, and I had people came from all over for that, and we had a good party. Um, I thought really hard about how to get out of this situation. And I decided, well, heck, if I got uplifted a little bit by writing the memorial, maybe I should just start writing. So that's what I started doing. I just said, okay, I'm going to write a story, and I'm going to write it as if I'm writing a letter to Sarah.
Mhm.
It's something that I've experienced. She knew the story. Well, I'm just going to write it down, and I'm just going to make it a letter to her. So that was the first story in the series. And I just started writing letters to Sarah. And each one of those is a story. And each one lifted me a little bit closer to sunlight.
Oh,
And after a year or so of that experience, I wasn't fully recovered. You never fully recover from the experience, obviously. But I was back to something close to a normal life. And I was able to get on with my life and my career and things of that sort.
oh.
I've run into the most fascinating people. Uh, Many, well, of course, with the industry that I work in, you're going to find genius, and I write about real geniuses that are behind the scenes that nobody knows about, but who actually make the world work
Oh, tell us about
behind the
that.
scenes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, for example, for about 4 years, I worked in a company, um, and half the staff of the it was a small group of people, about 20 people, but half the staff were the guys that put us on the moon. They were the guys that designed the rocket engines and built the rocket engines
Wow.
for the rockets that put us on the moon. So I got to know these guys working literally side by side, sitting next to them at their desks and working on projects together with them. Um, these are real people. They're not just names in a history book. They're real
Mhm.
people doing real things.